Hey everybody, this is Chris from Baron Crow, and I thought I'd talk about meditation today. Meditation is essentially, I'm sure just about everybody's heard of what a meditation is. It's essentially to get you to calm down, drop some blood pressure, even stops the mind a little bit, where you're not thinking about so much so fast, and it's just overall good for the health. So there's a lot of information out there about meditation, having meditation classes, gurus, certain things to do, techniques, that kind of stuff. For me, I like to keep things in a simple plane. So one of the best things we could do is to find a nice comfy space and where you're not distracted by much, and might even sit cross-legged, light a candle, something like that. And then what you can do is you can find imagine a blood cell that's in your finger, right? And so it's starting to go up, and you're sitting there and you're focused, you have your eyes closed and you're focused on that cell going up your finger, and you're going up, and about 2 seconds later you're going to start thinking of something. And that's okay. Thinking of something is what your brain is there to do. It's like a muscle, like anything else. This is probably the number one frustrating thing for most people is I can't meditate because I start thinking of something. Well, that's what your brain is supposed to do. It's supposed to think of stuff. It's supposed to analyze and compartmentalize and all that stuff. So meditation is all about training. It's all about conditioning your body and yourself and your mind to do what you want it to do. So you have to train it. So this is training. So when you start thinking of something 2 seconds later while you're watching that cell go up your finger, bring yourself back. Be aware that you're thinking and bring yourself back to the cell. And again, watch it go up again. And 2 seconds later, you're going to start thinking of something else. So just keep doing that. And eventually, if you do it long enough for 5 minutes or something like that, your time of watching that cell will increase. Your time will go from, instead of 2 seconds, it'll be 5 seconds, and then and eventually 10 seconds. And eventually, if you do it for, long enough, if you train yourself long enough, you can go 5 minutes without thinking of anything, right? You're watching that cell move and go up your finger and up your arm and down your shoulder and up in your head and, whatever, down your leg and whatever. That can take a while. And so for a lot of us, we have that monkey mind where our brains are just, they're moving all the time, even keeps us from sleeping, and we're constantly thinking of something. So what this does is it slows that down. And eventually what will happen is if you do this long enough, it'll bring awareness to how you're thinking and what you're thinking about. And the self-talk that we give ourselves, and the talk and give us the realization of how we're creating our lives through our thoughts. And because there's so much flying through our brains, we don't even have enough time to focus on what we're thinking about at any given time. And so those little tidbits of oh, I can't do this, or I shouldn't be doing this, or I'm not worth it, or something like that, just flies by, but it still has the same effect. The only difference is we're just not aware that we're thinking about it. So by meditating and slowing that down, we're going, oh, wow, I'm actually thinking about this. I'm actually self-destructing. I'm actually telling myself I'm not worth it. And that gives us the opportunity to change it. So that's my little tidbit on meditating. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions or anything, go ahead and leave the comments down below. And more power to you. Thanks for listening. Bye.